when you hear this number, now mind you, we're talking about roughly about $120,000, and some of you are out there nodding your head like yes. Some of you are nodding your head like I wish I had $120,000 in student loans. But tell me the route that you took. Tell our viewers the route that you took to go to PT school.
Ooh, okay. So
my name is Dr. Matt Hansen, and I'm a physical therapist. I've spent my entire career working with people from all walks of life during their most vulnerable moments. And in each of these moments, despite our differences, and there are many, we all share a common thread in each of our stories. Our stories tell about how our failures, our triumphs, our heartbreaks, and our victories. Our stories tell others of how our experiences shape us and make us who we are. What I've discovered interwoven into each of these stories is the common thread of our humanity. In this series, I hope to bring you the stories of all of us, overcoming and finding understanding from the unbiased lens of, yeah, you guessed it, a physical therapist. Well, we'll see how that works out. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Stick around, listen, like us on Instagram at AskDrHansenPT. Also check us out on TikTok at AskDrHansenPT. That's AskDrHansenPT underneath both Instagram and TikTok, as well as, I forgot about Treads. Listen, I hope you enjoy the show. We have Kyra on talking about, this is a 4-part series where she's going to talk and explain about how she spent an extraordinary low amount to go to PT school. Some of you who haven't signed up for physical therapy school yet, you may want to hear this. And those of you who've already finished, I'm sorry, this might rub it in your face. Like and subscribe. That's my time. I'm Dr. Hansen at the Ask. Here we go.
There we go. All right. Welcome to the Ask with Dr. Hansen PT. And joining me is one of my favorite people of all time. Favorite, bar none, of all time, clinically in the world. None other than out of Ilo, Philippines.
Yes, sir.
5 foot, maybe
6'1".
6'1", center for the Filipino
National team.
Boom.
Yes.
None other than Ate Kyra. I hope I hit the right button.
Hello.
No, that didn't
Oh,
work.
you didn't.
Hold on
It
a
didn't
second.
work. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Ate Kyra. Let's give it up for Ate Kyra
Thank
in
you
the
so
house.
much. Yes.
Well, thank you for joining me. I think we've had this conversation like a gajillion times.
Yes. Yeah,
Always
we
in the
do.
clinic, especially when students show up.
Because it's I think it's a very important topic that they should consider looking into PT school.
So, okay, so you're segueing into this thing, and really, this is essentially what this conversation is about today. So I pulled up some numbers. So I did my homework before
you
we
did?
started.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Oh, my
So
goodness. Okay.
I'm going to be an informed host. Finally, Kyra, you've been doing this for how long now?
Let me see. I started here 2020.
Uh-huh.
I think. No. I passed my boards in 2020, and then I started 2021, and then I've been here for 2 years.
For 2
I
years.
think almost 2.5 now.
2.5. Really?
Isn't that crazy?
That time flies, though.
May, June, July, August. 2 and 4 months.
Wow. So here's the reason why you got here, though. So I'm just going to read some facts because I told you
Oh.
I did my homework today. I really
okay.
did my homework today. So, okay. So the average cost of attending a university and college in the United States can vary depending on multiple factors, right?
Okay.
So what I did was I actually looked up to see exactly, the round ballpoint average of what it costs to not just attend physical therapy school, but attend just a general university at college, right? Mm-hmm. So the first fact was there's an organization here. Where is it? The American Association of Colleges of Physical Therapy, AACPT. They say the average cost of completing prerequisites to go to physical therapy school ranges anywhere between $3,000 and $10,000.
That's not including the undergrad?
No, that's the undergrad.
Oh, okay.
That's just completing your prerequisite
Gotcha.
program. $3,000 and $10,000, that's just the range of it. I don't know about those numbers because I've seen some of the numbers that some kids go to school. And granted, they did say it depended on whether you went to a private institution or a public institution. So that does make a difference. Now, let's just take that at face value that roughly they're saying an undergraduate prerequisite requirement is about, that's $10,000, right? They're saying that depending on in-state, out-of-state fees, it can cost anywhere between $30,000 and $40,000 per year for a student to go to a DPT program right now. And let's see, and then on top of that, the entire combined, not including prerequisites again, can be anywhere between $70,000 and $110,000 for a graduate PT program.
That's a doctorate, yes.
That's a doctorate. That's a DPT. Now, I didn't look at going to school and becoming a PTA.
Okay.
Right? So you have public-private institutions. You know, that price range is going to change dependent. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because that is the price tag of going to school in the United States, right? To go out into the world and start making a living. Now, and with all of that, it takes roughly anywhere between 5 to 8 years. Okay, so about 5 to 8 years to complete everything. Yeah. Right. So let's call it 10 years, just to round up for good numbers, right? Including like I didn't get in the first time, or whatever.
A gap year or something.
Yeah, whatever that. What is a gap year anyways?
It's like when you take a break, I guess. For example, you graduate from your undergrad and you take a year break before you start like a doctorate program. So like before you start again, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, or you continue with school.
That's it. See, your generation is filled with just wonderful things. I didn't know about stuff like that.
I think that's common now too.
It might be, but I didn't have that. I had go to school and finish. Let's not drag.
That's how it is with like, I guess with Filipino culture too.
Oh, take a gap year.
No. Like to continue.
Oh, to continue and finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No stopping. Just go.
Oh, yeah. That's how I grew up. I think it's an immigrant family thing, though.
I agree.
Because I think Indian families say the same thing.
Yeah, I think so. Because like once you're done, then you can just start with your life. And
I kind of feel like it's because your parents want to get you out of the house as soon as possible.
I don't know. I think that I don't agree with that. My mom was talking to me and was like, "Don't leave the house until you're like 35."
Oh, you see.
See, they like me at
That's because your parents actually like you.
They like me. Yes.
Not you, Mom. You loved me continuously and still do to this day.
I don't know. I don't know.
We'll take the average. Yes. So I bring up all those big numbers to ask you, you took a different course, and I don't want to spoil it, and I don't even want to give up the number of what it costs you to go to school just yet. But if you stay tuned, when you hear this number, now mind you, we're talking about roughly about $120,000, and some of you are out there nodding your head like yes. Some of you are nodding your head like, I wish I had $120,000 in student loans. Yeah. But tell me the route that you took. Tell our viewers the route that you took to go to PT school.
Ooh, okay. So I graduated in 2014.
Graduated from?
John W. North High School in Riverside, California.
Wow, you gave all the stats.
I know.
And did you play sports there? I just want to get this one point down.
I did. All 6 foot tall of me. Played basketball, and I played starting center. No, I'm just kidding. No. But I did play basketball.
You did play basketball.
But I graduated in 2014. I was part of the IB program. So I was getting ready to I only applied to one school that was going to take me to the PT course, I guess. Okay. I had applied to Cal State Long Beach.
Shout out to Cal State Long Beach.
I know. And I was lucky enough to get accepted to the only school that I applied to. And I was getting ready to go, and it was, I think, around April or May. And my parents brought up an idea because at that time, my brother was going to nursing school in the Philippines. He was, I think he was a junior at that time. And my mom was like, okay, you have two choices. You can stay here, get your PT degree here, but you have to take out your own loans. You have to pay for that in the future. Or you can take yourself and go to the Philippines, where we will pay for your school. You will have a car that we will provide for you. And then in the Philippines, usually middle class, they have like a nanny that stays with you to cook and all of that stuff. And you will have that, and then we have a house there. So you are all set. You can just do that, and you don't have to pay anything. And I was like, let me think about this.
Oh, wow. So just to be clear, you were born in the Philippines.
I was born in the Philippines, and then when I was 5, I moved out here, and then I grew up here, went to elementary school, middle school, high school here. So.
And you've gone back to the Philippines between 5 and.
I did.
This point, right?
I think 2-3 times, but that's like 2 weeks. I mean, like.
Oh wow.
It's not a long time, and the last time before I had graduated. From high school, I actually went to the Philippines because it was like we had a family event, and we stayed for like 3 weeks. I think my parents were just like testing the waters. Maybe that was part of it too.
To see if you could
see
survive.
if I would survive.
How do you feel like you did in that test though?
I think I did okay because I felt like when I went there, I never really. I was like, oh, I was born here. I don't think it would be a problem. Right. I know the language. The only thing is I was like the area that I would have gone to school or where I eventually went to school to was an area where it was only a place where we would visit, not really where we lived when I was like 0 to 5 years old. Like we never lived there. We just go there for vacation. And it's like the big city. So.
So you have no friends there. You don't. At this time, you have like no
0. Not that I have any friends here either. I mean,
I think that's. I think that's. Wait a second. I think that's overstated. Like Kyra, you kill me with that. You just don't believe anything she says about that. Kyra's a celebrity in this town. Are you kidding me?
Gosh.
A total celebrity.
Totally, like bigger than Taylor Swift.
Listen, Kyra is the Filipino Taylor Swift. As far as I'm concerned, Taylor Swift, watch your back. Watch your back. Kyra is coming to take that #1 spot at the Staples Center. So
going back.
Going back. So you're preparing.
Yeah.
Before you started singing Taylor Swift songs, you're preparing now to go to your parents give you this decision.
Yes.
Do you go to the Philippines to go to school or do you not? And so take me through the process of how you decided that.
Okay.
Because that's a big decision. How old are you at this time? I
was 17.
Wow.
And I had always grown up with my mom, so because of the whole immigration thing, I always grew up with my mom here, and I've never really been separated from her at that time for a long period of time.
Right.
And I've always been somewhat of an independent person, but when you move from one country to another,
oh yeah,
that you can't just be like, oh mom, I miss you, I need to come back. I'm like, you're stuck there forever. Yeah. I mean, maybe not forever, but I would come back every 6 months and stuff. But that was for me, I think the biggest. I wasn't sure if I was ready for that at that time. But then financially, it was just the right choice. I really thought about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so cheap. I do not want to be paying for my student loans, $110,000. I'm like, you know what? I'll just go. And then I kind of made that, I think one of the biggest things that really made me, okay, let's do it, was my brother was still there at that time.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, if I needed anything, he was still there for that 1 year of me adjusting to the place, to the country, to the culture. And I think that was the biggest reason why I decided to say yes to go to the Philippines, was that I knew that my brother would be there. So
It made it easier.
Yeah.
So your brother grew up a little bit more in the Philippines than you did.
He did, yes. Because so during the whole immigration thing, he stayed with my dad while the papers were going through, to get them here.
Right.
So we kind of separated. I stayed with my mom, and then my brother stayed with my dad.
Right.
So I think he was there till high school.
Okay.
But he graduated here. So he knows how it works there. He grew up there. He when he came back here, only stayed here for I think like 2 years, and then went back to do his nursing program, and then he officially came back for good after graduating from nursing school. So
right. So you feel like your brother already had a plan that he was going to go to school in the Philippines, anyways?
Oh no, he didn't. Yes, I think so.
You think he felt like that was a natural?
Because my brother and I were very similar when it comes to like just financially. We're very rational. We kind of look at the cons and the pros and cons, I guess.
Right.
And I think the biggest pull is just financially it was the right choice. Because when my mom would always be like, if you guys go there, no loans, you guys don't have any debt, you guys come here, you make your own money. Right off the bat, and you're set for life, and you're like, you're right, Mom. Like sometimes moms know best,
Yes.
I mean,
sometimes moms know best.
Moms know best most of the time, actually.
Absolutely, right, Mom?
Yeah.
Way to add for the Christmas presents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mom,
wow.
I want.
Wow! Look at this. Save money and still asking for Christmas gifts. You gotta love this, man. So, too cheap, too cheap. But so you get to that point. So you decide that you're going to go to school in the Philippines.
Stay tuned for our next episode as Kyra discusses exactly the decisions that she made to go to school in the Philippines. That's my time. I'm Dr. Hansen, and this is The Ask. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram as well as on TikTok at Ask Dr. Hansen PT. That's my time. I'm Dr. Hansen, and I'm out.